Hey guys, hope you're all crispy and crunchy. It's Matty here, and welcome to DDLC Purist mod, the Yuri route. Last time we finished Natsuki, or we didn't finish her, we're not in Mortal Kombat or something, but anyway, yeah. Now we're going after this beautiful waifu. And just to don't waste your time, I've done all the annoying stuff, the stuff that you already know from the original game, such as writing poems and going through that thousands of text boxes. And I left at, let me have a look where I left, there's some in-between saves. And I think, yeah, it's actually the day of the festival. Thank you, Textbooks, for telling me. Yeah, for now, it's nothing else left to say, but enjoy. So here we go. Finally, the day of the festival has arrived. Cool, just one screen, nice. I take a moment to let it all sink in on the way to school. I was finally involved in something, a real school festival. Maybe I can finally do some... Hey, Matty! The moment is shattered. I see Sayori practically bouncing off the pavement with a huge spring on her step. Her smile could have lit up half the street. You should, get energy from her. The power problem would be solved, not saved. Fuck it. It was relieving to see that I'm still kind of in the Natsuki scheme. I'm just used to saying Natsuki anymore. I don't know any of the other names. It was relieving to see that Sayori was indeed doing alright. Come on, Matty. Where's your enthusiasm? Today's a big day. Her happiness is infectious. I can't help but crack a smile. Hey, I'm plenty excited. I just don't jump as much as you do. Sayori simply opts to stick her tongue out in response. Oh, I would love to see that. She bounds off towards school, clearly not letting me slow her down. I found myself smiling still despite technically being left behind. It's always nice to see Sayori in such a bubbly mood. As I trek to school, my mind resumes its wandering. I think back to when I joined the club, which feels much longer ago than it actually was. I think about all my fellow club members. Sayori, Natsuki, Monika, and Yuri. My mind lingers to Yuri. The time we spent reading together, the moments we shared, we even worked together for this festival over the weekend. It hits me just how much I had enjoyed spending time with her. She was so quiet, and yet when she got passionate about something, it was endearing. Plus she's cute, huh? Wait, I'm saying this? I chuckled with a goofy grin on my face, feeling a bit silly at my own musings, whatever. As I near the school, my hands swim with the possibilities of the day and the festival ahead. The school is already abuzz with activity when I arrive. Other students are scrambling around, frantically trying to set up the stands of their respective clubs. Thankfully, it looked like we had the room to ourselves for the literature club. All the better for showing off the decorations Yuri and I had poured all that hard work into. Hey, I think they look good. I haven't seen them, but I think they look good. Need some encouragement. As soon as I enter the room, I'm greeted by Sayori bounding up to me. Her expression contains a curious mix of bubbly excitement and mock annoyance in the way I imagine only Sayori could conjure. She almost immediately lays into me. Jesus, breathe in between the sentences. Come on, Matt, you're the last one here. We've all been waiting for you. We've all been waiting for ages for you. Still not what it said, but anyway. Looking past her, it seems I was indeed the last to arrive. Natsuki glares at me, no doubt judging me. Monika wears her usual smile and gives a little wave. Hi there. Yuri fidgets with some small decorations, avoiding my gaze. A brief flicker of fear fills me with theories on why she wouldn't possibly want to look at me, but I swiftly assure myself I was just overthinking something stupid. I return my attention to Sayori. What, you couldn't start the work without me? I raise an eyebrow. Honestly, we all got here not too long ago. We just thought it'd be funny to tease you a little bit about being the last one to show up. Where's your festival spirit, Matty? Come on, help us! Come help us! She dashes back across the classroom so fast she can't hear my retaliatory grumbling. Zoom! She's the Flash. Could you fucking move on? Thank you. My spacebar isn't working apparently. Well, someone has to be the last one to show up, right? Anyway, right? I shrug and make my way to where the rest of the girls were standing. We all were gathered around a group of desks pushed together to hold everything we had brought for the festival. Natsuki had baked an impressive amount of cupcakes and their bright design was certainly tantalizing. I miss baking cupcakes with you, but it's time for Yuri now, so excusez-moi, move out of my way. She catches me surveying the sweets and shoots me a look that says, I'll bite your hand off if you bite into one of those. Monika begins the proceedings with a cheerful smile. Okay, everyone, now that we're all here, we can go over our plans for today. Is everyone ready to show the school why Literature Club is worth joining? The Literature Club, by the way. We meet her call to attention with a resounding yeah! Alongside raised fists. Even Yuri, not normally one to raise her voice, had let out a rousing cheer. I, too, can feel myself catching the festival fever, the excitement of this morning returning in full force. Here I am, a representative of the club I'd grown to enjoy, surrounded by people I could call my friends. It's a nice feeling. I have no doubts that the others felt something similar given their enthusiasm. Monika claps her hands together to signal the imminent rundown. Now then, we have a lot to do. First things first. Is everyone ready to give their poem performance later today? I had prepared as well as I could, but the thought of it is still nerve-wracking. The other girls give an affirmative nod, and I soon realize that they are looking at me expectantly. I'd gotten a bit lost in worrying about my poem. I find myself unconsciously looking to Yuri for support. I notice a bit of a flustered blush, but this time she holds eye contact with me. If she could overcome her quiet disposition to perform in front of people, I could get over my nerves. I turn to Monika and give a thumbs up. Absolutely. Excellent. Now then, Yuri, Matty, I need you two to take care of your decorations. They look wonderful, and I'm sure you two will know best. You will know best how to arrange them to liven up the room. Yuri and I give Monika a simultaneous nod of acknowledgement. Natsuki, you can handle the cupcake situation. Or station, not situation. So Yuri, you can be with me closer to the door. We'll answer any questions people have about the club as they come by. This time, so Yuri and Natsuki nod. With the positions getting agreed upon, we all break off to our respective duties. Yuri and I gathered the decorations on the desk and set about filling the walls with our handiwork. The process reminds me of an assembly line, or Yuri does, rather. With measured, precise movements, she finds the best spot for each decoration. It was clear that she had thought of these arrangements ahead of time. Comparatively, I work at a snail's pace, unsure of what looked best, while, unlike Yuri, I lack an eye for this sort of thing. Yuri seems almost entranced while working, gone were her normally timid movements, replaced by an impressive assuredness. The work is largely silent. On one hand, I want to talk to Yuri more, but on the other hand, I would hate to break her concentration. I decide to take the risk. Hey, Yuri? The unexpected verbal probing catches the poor girl off guard. She gives a small start and dropped the decoration she was pinning to the wall, like I'd broken her out of hypnosis, whatever. I feel bad initially, but she seems to relax a bit when she realizes it was just a friendly question and turns to me. Oh, sorry Matty, I was just caught up in work. She pauses a bit to pick up the decoration she had dropped. What is it, Matty? I was just wondering how you felt about your poem performance today. Well, I practiced it a whole lot this weekend. I just hope everybody likes the poem I selected. It might be kind of weird, even outlandish. I'm sure it will be great. Anyone who can see the beauty and quality of your poems isn't worth worrying about. I give a genuine smile to assure her further. She reddens a little at the compliment, but returns the smile sheepishly. I decided at this moment that this sight alone made it worth taking the risk. Thank you, Matty. Really, that means a lot to me. Is your poem preparation going well? The worry creeps back into a lump in my throat. I sure hope so. I practiced a lot, and I like to think I did all I could to prepare, but the doubt never really goes away with this sort of thing, does it? I suppose not. I'm sure you'll also do well. You've made a lot of progress since joining the club. Her warm smile is eminently reassuring. We'll both just have to put our best foot forward. Food. I would love some. I'm actually hungry. Shouldn't play while I'm hungry. Absolutely. We both nod and resume decorating, reinvigorated after the impromptu pep talk. The conversation ultimately wasn't much, but it had me glowing for a good while. Water is the best way to deal with a sour throat. Eventually, the room was properly decorated. I'd like to think I helped a little, but Yuri ended up doing most of it. I mainly held the larger things in place for her as she attached them to the wall. Held a handful of them so she didn't have to go back and forth, that sort of thing. Regardless, the room looks much livelier with everything pinned up. I feel a sense of pride as I survey the room, noticing how the decorations that Yuri and I had made really pulled the room together. Satisfied with our work, we opt to help the other club members with their stations as the students begin to roll in from the festival. The day whirled by. A surprising number of students stopped by, curious about the literature club, or at least about Natsuki's charming cupcakes. I couldn't really blame anyone stopping in just for the pastries. They were amazing. Eventually, Monika steps up in front of the room to call everyone to attention. Hello everyone, we hope you're enjoying everything the Literature Club has to offer at this festival. We will now have our special event, a poetry recital from our very own club members. Isn't that exciting? I doubt that many people of the it's called meandering. Students were terribly interested in poetry, but they are taken in by Monika's charisma and enthusiastically clap regardless. Great, each of our members, including yours truly, has prepared a special poem to recite to you all. Please give them your undivided attention as they perform. So Yuri, if you could start off, please. It occurs to me that I was never told the order that we would be presenting our poems. I just hope I won't have to go directly after a stunning poem, until I realized that all of them were likely to be better than mine. Oh well. Thus the girls performing their poems to the crowd that had gathered in a literature club room. Yeah, something didn't sound right there. So Yuri is charming and light-hearted, leaving the audience in adoration. Natsuki's deceptively simple, but still well-received. And Monika draws the audience with her performance. She's definitely stolen the show so far. Which is unfortunate for me, as I'm the next up. That was going to be a tough act to follow. I take my place at the front. The other club members seated before me among the other students who had stayed thus far. And I perform my poem. A couple of stumbles here and there, but I think it was solid overall. For my level, anyway. I get a modest round of applause to validate my efforts, but the smiles from my friends in the literature club really solidify it. Satisfied, I take my seat as Natsuki gets up to take her turn. I give her an encouraging nod as she stands to face the audience. Without much delay, she begins her performance. I'd seen instances of it before, but it still amazes me how much Yuri changes in moments like these, where she's truly in her element. Gone were the stutters and pauses in her normal speech, replaced by following elegance. Her poem is starkly different from the ones previous, being much more somber and dramatic. I sit enraptured by the contrast and Yuri's spellbinding execution. Yuri finishes her poem. The audience is silent at first, and I could hardly blame them with how stunned I feel myself. I'm the fastest to recover, and as I stand up and begin clapping, the other club members soon following suit, then the rest of the audience. Even a standing ovation didn't cut it, in my opinion, but it is the least we could offer. Well, Monika motions to me Sayori and Natsuki to join her at the front of the classroom and take a bow. After all the applause dies down, she addresses the attendees. Thank you all for stopping by to see us. We hope you enjoyed what the Literature Club has to offer, and we hope just as much that you will all consider joining us. She ends with another bow. Much of the audience takes this as their cue to go check out the other clubs, some grabbing a cupcake on their way out. Our club venture is safely classified as a success. I muse aloud to the girls of the club. You know, I bet none of the other clubs had something as awesome as this. Would you like to go confirm that? Monika's offer surprises me. Huh? But don't you need... I think we can handle things here. That was our main event after all, and I doubt we'll have much more traffic in this late in the day. A quick glance at the clock makes me realize how quickly time had flown by. There is indeed not much time left before the end of the festival. In fact, I bet Yuri would enjoy seeing what else is going on too, don't you think? She deserves it after that wonderful performance. The rest of us can handle the straggles and cleanup. Monika looks at us expectantly for a response. Yuri and I are both caught wildly off guard and mentally scramble for a response. So Yuri doesn't skip a beat. She grins mischievously at me. I think that's a great idea, Monika. The two were working so hard all day with those decorations after all. They can go relax together. Natsuki, in sharp contrast, rolls her eyes. I don't know if I'll be able to do her voice properly again. Like it's not any work to bake and bring in all these cupcakes, but fine, I guess. I could almost taste the bitterness she exuded, but I appreciate the blessing nonetheless. I study Monika's expression to see if I could make sense of this proposition, but I find nothing further I could discern her from her usual smile. Well, I wasn't going to complain at any rate. Monika claps her hands together, looking pleased with herself. She turns to me. It's settled then. You and Yuri can go set off to explore the rest of the festival together, while we clean up. I hope you enjoy yourselves. I feel like my brain ceases to function for a moment. I stand stupefied by this outcome as I try to process what happened. Did Monika really just set me up with Yuri? Did she plan this? I snapped out of my thoughts by Yuri, who had come up beside me. I think it will be fun. You don't mind accompanying me, do you? Oh, no, not at all. No, why would I? I can tell my flustered state only amuses Monika further. I'm torn between wanting to thank her and wanting to become invisible. Yuri and I make it to the doorway of the classroom before she stops and turns to me. Is she blushing? What's up? I would hate to lose you in these crowded halls. Huh? They don't seem that I stop myself as I look down and realize Yuri is stretching out her hand, blushing furiously and avoiding eye contact. Aww, she wants to hold hands already? The first intimate contact I had with Natsuki was about 2 months into our relationship. Jesus, you're fast, man. Woman, whatever. I'm pretty sure I can make out what sounds like Sayori's giggling in the background at my ineptitude. Jesus, I've never heard this word. Of course, Yuri and I had our close moments before, but this, well, I can't afford to think too long here. I gingerly take her hand in mine. You're right. This way, we won't get separated. This way we won't get separated. We set off together to explore the festivities with a friendly wave from Monika. Thank you, Monika. Jesus. Yuri and I return to a club room that is empty, much to our surprise. The festival was over, and we had to come back expecting to help everyone finish cleaning up, but it looks like the majority of the work has already been finished. Had everyone else gone home already? I catch a side note laying on a nearby desk. I pick it up, and it's from Monika? I look back at Yuri, who seems just as surprised as I am. With a shrug, I read the note aloud. Dear Yuri and Matty, we hope that you two were able to enjoy your afternoon together. Don't worry about us, we just all had things we needed to take care of at home. Sorry to leave on such a short notice. P.S. While you're here, if you don't mind taking down your decorations. So, was this just Monika getting us to help clean up in the end anyway? Well, I don't mind. It's the least we can do after getting to enjoy the festival. Yeah, fair enough. We do owe them after today. Natsuki again. Get Natsuki out of your head. It's Yuri's turn now. Yuri nods in agreement and immediately sets about removing the decorations. Figures that she wouldn't want to waste time, but there's more I want to talk to her about. I take my place next to her and assist in taking down the decorations, which is thankfully simpler than putting them up. Hey, Yuri, The rest of the sentence gets caught in my throat. Yuri turns towards me with an inquisitive look on her face. Moments pass as I try and compose myself and articulate exactly what I want to say. My stomach churns from the nerves, but nothing concrete is coming. I find it hard to maintain eye contact. Matty? I had a lot of fun today with you. Yuri smiles, but seems slightly flustered by the compliment. Oh, I had a lot of fun today with you as well. Thank you for... Her face takes a shade of crimson. For accompanying me. Yeah, I can feel the color of my face mimicking hers. Anytime, that's the best I can do. Come on, there's more I want to say, damn it. Say, Yuri, why do I have to be tripping on my words now? Yuri's gaze is soft but attentive. She's wanting for me to finish. I think back on earlier today, the chance we got to spend time together. I only now realize its magnitude. The strikingly timid Yuri, of all people, she asked me to hold her hand. Sure, it felt like we were set up by the rest of the club, but it still takes immense courage to follow through. I can imagine how straining it must have been for Yuri to put herself out there like that. I owe her at least that much in return. I take a deep breath. I'd like to spend more time with you, as more than... Yuri takes me by surprise and interjects before I can finish. I would love that, Matty. I'm caught speechless. I expect her to say more, but given her furious blushing, I hazard a guess that she's facing the same verbal roadblocks I am. But if she does that mean... Before I realize, I break into a smile, partly out of disbelief. She matches my smile. Ba-thump! Oh, my heartbeat is racing. Oh, Jesus. We draw closer, as if on instinct. We say nothing, and yet we fall into each other's embrace. Time stands still. In this moment, everything feels right. Just for a second, the only thing in the world that matters is the two of us. Bathum. Or should I make... Do you hear that? I don't know. I don't know how long we held the hug, but that wasn't important. We begrudgingly broke from each other's arms and faced the other once more. Another moment of silence. But it doesn't feel awkward. We understand each other. Nothing more needs to be said. Wow. It's already evening as I head home. Normally I would be annoyed at walking home so late, but after today there is no way I can be upset. I run through a checklist of what happened today to reaffirm I'm not dreaming. I helped out at the festival, got to spend a lot of time with Yuri, and in the classroom we shared something and it meant a lot to both of us. We had to say our goodbyes before it got too late, but everything about today is still setting in for me. I feel my phone buzz. A text from Yuri. Thank you for today. Yep, it really was a great day. Thank you as well. See you tomorrow. And I make my way through my house into my room. I return home without issue and attempt to sleep. And it works. Everything kept replaying in my head. Giddy excitement filling me every time. I don't know how long it took me to finally drift off, but sleep did not come easily. And it's the day after the festival, which I think makes a good point to stop this first episode of the Yuri route here. Well, I kinda like the way things are going, that Yuri and I shared such an intimate moment. It took way less time for Yuri to actually get closer to me and to do such a risky move, by which I mean hugging me and holding my hand throughout the entire festival. I mean, I don't know if we did it constantly, but we sure did it at some point. So yeah, I think things are going straight forward. We're not hesitating. We're kind of just into it, and bam, there we go. She probably moves in with me in just 2 days or something. No, I don't want to assume things right now. But yeah, I still enjoyed that. I don't know about you, but tell me what you think about it. I will leave this episode here, but I'll see you tomorrow again with the next episode of the Yuri route. I personally look forward to that. I hope you do as well. So yeah, until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. I almost fucked up my outro.